Surf City, guys. This is something you're going to want to taste.
A couple of years ago, we partnered up with the Huichol tribe, which is the Huichol tribe is the last nomad tribe in Mexico. They're gurus, they're healers. And what they do is they also bead bottles. Very, very uncommon. Okay. And we had a special juice in a special bottle. So we created a program for NFT, and these bottles are priced at $3,000 a pop.
Wow.
Okay.
$3,000 a pop, guys.
So they do come with this special case. Somebody from the Huichol tribe does this bottle one by one.
That's
and
incredible.
These are visions that they see. So they're healers, and there's not one bottle that is alike. Two bottles that are alike.
Now, is this a vision they see after drinking this?
This is the first time that I've cracked one of these open, and not for someone that actually bought it. So
wow.
This
I'm
is
feeling pretty special today, guys.
something very special. So we're gonna taste this today. Remember, 6.5-year-old mezcal. It comes in this box over here, in this case,
and
they're all numbered.
They're numbered. I noticed that. Well, I can't wait to try this.
In the eyes. Cheers. Salud.
Salute.
Delicious.
$3,000 bottle. Guess who's drinking it? Ha! It's good to be me.
Ah. Here's to making memories.
Amen.
Guys, absolutely fabulous day. Surf City still works.
This is where the magic happens. This is where it all gets created. So alcohol doesn't just come from the thin air.
Not magic?
Not magic. It has to come from something. So it's sugars. So sugars get eaten by a fungus that we call yeast that we can see out we can't see it because it's microbial, but it's something that happens. It's a chemical reaction. But this is a confined place where we handle that chemical reaction to our specifications to make different flavors, right?
Right.
So now, depending on what we're making, here we make vodka, gin, rum, and whiskey. So depending on what we're making, is we start with a raw material or a sugar to make that. So for our vodkas, we use corn. Now, corn is a complex sugar or a carbohydrate. You need to cook it down. We make a flour out of the corn, put a little water, add a little bit of enzymes that break down the bonds, turn this on, and it heats it up, and it starts making it ready. Let's taste the vodka. So again, as I said before, our vodka is going to be 100% corn, and it is column distilled, fermented in-house, and we bottle it at 41%. So just a little higher than most vodkas. So, but it is a clean corn vodka. So you want to smell it first.
Smells great.
And then just give it a little taste.
Wow. Guys, that is good.
Nice, clean, the way vodka should be. Does have some flavor to it, but it's a clean slate, a clean palate to be able to make cocktails with. We are going to pair this with a stir cocktail, not a vodka. So this is for your martini drinkers, if you would.
That's me.
Is that you? Okay, so we're gonna make this with the infusion, vodka infusion.
Okay.
And we infuse our vodka with watermelon, cucumbers, and dill. So we're going to utilize 1.5, actually 2 ounces of this. And yes, stir, not shake, yes. Okay, so whenever you're working with spirits and just booze and no juices, you always want to stir because it leaves the cocktail a lot more delicate as opposed to when you shake it, puts too much air in it and makes it abrasive. So the secret is actually stirring longer.
Surf City, guys. I just don't know what to tell you, but if you're not here, you're missing out.
So for our vodka and gin, we use corn. For our rum, we use molasses, 2 different types of molasses, which is a byproduct of making sugar, of making your table sugar. And for our whiskey, we use corn, which for bourbon, you have to use 51% corn minimum. And then we use rye, which kind of balances it out. And we use malted barley. The malted barley ferments a lot faster than everything. So it's kind of putting a fire starter in there.
I'm glad you're the one doing this because what I'm really good at is drinking this stuff.
So rum, we make it a white rum. We make it a little bit different and unique way than other people's. It is an industrial rum, so it's made out of molasses, but we do 2 different types of molasses. We do a blackstrap molasses, which is super high concentrated molasses, super dark, a lot of caramel flavors, and we use a super funky yeast with that one. It gives you a nice funky rum flavor. And then we use a lighter molasses with a light yeast to balance that out. We ferment those separately, put them together, and then distill it. And then our secret weapon in this is 1% of it gets pulled back, aged lightly for about 6 months, and put back into it. So it's going to be a white rum, but with a lot of character. It's not your typical white rum, clean. It just has a lot of flavors. Great for tiki cocktails, which is a type of cocktail that we're going to be tasting with rum.
Perfect.
Cheers, guys. Wow.
So this lovely lady over here is what we use for gin.
Ah.
So gin,
That's unique.
yeah, so well, gin is technically a flavored vodka, if you would.
Okay.
Okay, so we start with our vodka. Juniper berries is the #1 botanical or flavoring agent that you have to have in order to call it gin. So basically the vodka goes in here, your botanicals, some of your botanicals go in here, macerate for a few hours to a day, pulling the flavors, and then you heat it up and get boiled again. The fumes or the gas comes through here, and then it goes through what we call a Carter head or a botanical basket. So think of this as a metallic tea bag.
Got it.
So our gin we call California gin, and the reason we call it California gin is because we're in Orange County, and we paid an homage to Orange County, and we filled it with a lot of orange as our botanical. Next, we're going to go into gin. As I explained before, gin is technically a flavored vodka. So we start with our vodka, which is 190 proof or more, and then we add all the botanical flavors, redistill it, make the magic happen. And again, this is a California gin, paying homage to Orange County with a lot of orange flavors and aromas in there. It's beautiful, it's feminine, it's nice bouquet, works amazingly with cocktails. It's just a delightful gin.
Now, this is the equipment that you started out with first, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're making this one in the original equipment. This one's distilled at 42%. So for a gin, it's a little high, but higher than our vodka. So
It smells great.
smell, you got the juniper berries in there for sure, but that nice orange aroma. We have coriander in there, grains of paradise, a few other flavors. It's just nice and floral. This gin is completely made for mixing and being cocktail forward.
So they're going to be carrying me out of here on the stretcher, huh?
Yes, we got a wheelchair in the back.
Okay, great. Thank God.
I have a cocktail that we call this Easy Like Sunday Morning. So
Great song, by the way.
Right. So it's if I had to describe it, this is the rosé of cocktails. as easy like Sunday morning. So this is made with gin, but it's an infused gin. So we have house infusions here in Surf City, and this is a gin, our gin infused with a little bit of blood orange and tarragon.
Salute. Easy like Sunday morning. Oh, that's just not fair. That is. Well, I'm camping out. I would never think that there would be this much work involved in making spirits, you know?
Well,
there's a lot of work.
We've been doing this for a very long time.
I know you have.
And so it goes up. The first valves is going to be bourbon. That comes out at 135 proof, give or take.
You know, I usually drink vodka, and that's what I drink. So it's very refreshing to try these others.
Well, I'm glad that you're liking them, and I'm glad that hopefully I can convert you into drinking other stuff.
There you go.
This is what we're known here at Surf City is our bourbon. So we're gonna taste our Pure Side bourbon. And as I said, our mash bill on this one is about 75% corn, 19% rye, so that's going to balance it out, gives it a little spiciness, and then the rest is going to be malted barley. Okay? And to be able to be a bourbon, it has to be aged a minimum of 2 years in brand new American oak barrels. And that's what we do here. Some of our barrels go a little bit over, none under, of course, 2 years and above, and then we taste them, we blend them to our liking. So
2 years. Cheers to that.
cheers. This one's bottled at 45%, so 90 proof. For bourbons, it's traditional or standard around that ABV. It could go higher, and we do have a reserve, which we'll taste a little later, that's a little higher.
Exceptional. Wow, I can really taste that.
As you can see, it's not overly sweet. It doesn't take away from being a whiskey. Just lightly flavored,
No, but it just gives you that hint.
Mm-hmm.
Very good.
And that's what we wanted to do. All right, Hammer, I'm going to make you one of the cocktails off our menu. This is made with Pure Side. This is a twist on a whiskey sour. We're calling it Getting Figgy with It.
Very cool.
So it's a fig whiskey sour.
Nice.
Okay? It's going to be paired with chefs. Are going to be bringing some dates, some bacon wrapped dates. So we're going to do 2 ounce and a half of our whiskey. A little bit of vermouth, and we're going to do lemon juice and simple syrup, equal parts. Last but not least, we forgot the fig. This is why it's called Getting Figgy with It.
Getting figgy.
We're going to put a little bit of fig marmalade in there. So that's going to give it a little sweetness, a little bit of flavor, and we're going to balance that sweetness out with Angostura bitters. Okay? So, a good friend of mine used to always in Vegas say, when you shake a cocktail, you shake it hard and you shake it with a smile.
That's going to have some foam to it.
Yes, it will.
Well, that looks very appetizing.
There you go, Hammer.
Thank you.
Enjoy. Salud.
Salute. Surf City, guys. This is something you're going to want to taste. Okay. Forget about the cocktails. Just come for the food, all right? Surf City. Woo.
This is the first bourbon that was produced from beginning to end at this distillery. As you know, we have to age it for 2 years. So we had to put it in barrels here for 2 years, and the first bottle was made as a reserve. So it is bottled at 55%, a little higher than the other one, and it tastes like a reserve. The flavors are just amazing. It has a wax cover, which I went and started opening it before, and we're gonna taste this.
Lucky me.
Salud.
Salute.
Delicious.
You have to come and check this out. It's amazing.
For our next pairing, we have our grilled prawns with a medley of veggies, grilled and sauteed veggies, with a polenta base. So polenta would be kind of like grits. So it's our twist on shrimp and grits, if you would, with a little pesto. Chef has actually outdone himself on this one. Shall we see what this pairing is all about?
You should.
All right.
Try one of these shrimp.
Make sure you get to a little bit of that. That's the polenta that I was talking about. So it works so well.
Chef, I'm gonna have to be doing like 400 push-ups tomorrow and riding 20 miles. This is amazing.
Well, thank you. Thank you for coming.